Welcome back to Slayer Talk. And now your hosts, Mark and Carol. Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Slayer Talks. Thanks for that introduction, cowboy. It's not a creepy one this time, Carol. It's just a good old-fashioned cowboy left over from the 90210 episode.
You just hired Billy Bob to do it? What?
Billy Bob Thornton.
Right.
French fried it is... Well, how you doing today, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
I got all lost. Not much. It's been a good week here. It is April 29th, 1997.
It is that?
And we watched an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Buffy the Demon Assistant.
Yeah, it was another vampireless episode of Buffy the Vampire
Another
Slayer.
demon episode. 2 in a row, I think, right?
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Come on.
You know it's not annoying? This show has found a new star, Carol. Principal Snyder, the new star of this show.
Jeez.
Fucking best character ever.
You think?
I love him.
Why? Because he thinks
Because he's hilarious.
Okay, tell us why he's hilarious.
We start off seeing him and he's like, oh yeah, I know your old principal was all touchy-feely and stuff like that, but he got eaten.
Yeah. That's what leads to getting eaten.
I mean, like, this, like, the actor is the best. Like, he knows exactly what this dialogue is. He knows exactly what to do with it. He is dry and funny as hell.
It was pretty amazing.
He had so many parts, so many scenes in this episode where he was just hilarious. Like the stuff he doesn't tolerate. He doesn't tolerate students loitering after school. He doesn't tolerate students getting killed and their hearts ripped out.
Right.
Or smoking. Yeah, he mentions like spontaneous cheerleader combustion and like how he's going to whip the school into shape because like someone's finally pointing out all the ridiculous things that are happening.
I want to know what his like 5-step plan is or whatever to turn the school around. Like, what are you planning to do there?
I love it though. This guy is hilarious.
He is pretty funny.
My new favorite character.
He seems like a giant asshole though. Like,
I don't care.
Yeah, the whole episode hinges on him being an asshole. He assigns Buffy and Xander and Willow and Mr. Giles, all of them, to the talent show.
Yeah.
So because he's trying to get Mr. Giles to socialize with the students more.
Why do you keep calling him Mr. Giles? It just sounds weird. Like I know his last name's Giles, and everyone calls him. Like, well, not everyone, but some people call him Mr. Giles or whatever, but it just sounds weird.
What do you think I should be calling him?
They all just call him Giles all the time.
Okay.
Mr. Giles. Oh, Mr. Giles.
Shut up.
Can I help you?
What the fuck?
It just sounds wrong. It doesn't sound good.
Okay. Giles, then.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
And Principal Snyder has singled out Buffy, Xander, and Willow as the bad element.
Yeah, that's right. Even though they're the ones trying to stop the bad element.
Right. So
They also mentioned that last week they skipped afternoon classes because they were fighting a demon.
Yeah.
Was that? Oh, I guess that was referencing last week's episode.
Maybe. Yeah.
I was gonna say it's an off-screen adventure with a demon, but yeah, it was probably a reference to last week's episode.
Probably. I want more vampires, and I want more of her and Angel.
Oh, you don't want you don't want the very generic plot of a dummy that comes to life?
I mean, it was only a little generic. It had it had a twist.
What happened? It did have a twist, you're right. But what happened? So, fucking this dude Morgan, they're having the talent show tryouts or whatever, and this dude Morgan's on stage with his dummy. And let me tell you, he's no Edgar Bergen. Okay?
No.
I'm surprised you didn't Rinse me for that reference.
Okay. Who's Edward Bergen? And then maybe I'll rinse you.
Edgar Bergen.
Whatever.
Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy.
No idea.
All right. I'm not telling you.
Okay.
How about that?
Why bring it up then?
Because you should have reacted to it. You just accepted it. Like you just said yes, like you knew who the fuck I was talking about.
Yes, and
you don't know who I'm talking about.
Yes, and right?
Yeah.
Plus,
this will be the first time you ever yes-and anything.
And you keep like calling me out when I don't know shit, and that's not nice.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about
it's
that.
It's a grandpa thing. Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy. He was a radio star in the 1940s. Edgar Bergen had a dummy named Charlie McCarthy, and he did a ventriloquist act on the radio and got famous.
That's weird.
Think about what a dearth of entertainment exists at that time period. He is also Candace Bergen's dad.
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, so he's Murphy Brown's father.
But yeah, so this guy shows up with a dummy.
Yeah, Morgan. But what I'm asking is, what happened? Like, the dummy, it seemed like he was started out the act, like I said, no Edgar Bergen, and he's, like, doing bad.
Yeah.
And then the dummy comes to life and starts talking. Mm-hmm. Was the dummy previously alive? Like, was he always alive? Was that the first time he revealed himself to Morgan?
I don't know. They didn't focus that much on
surprised,
that relationship. Yeah, I think.
But he rolled with it.
I think maybe we're supposed to believe that was the first time, but I don't think anybody would be that calm and just go with it if their dummy actually started to talk.
And it's like, how did that happen? At what point did he get transmuted into this dummy?
Well, he said there was a curse.
Yeah, I know exactly. But he was like from the 30s. Mm-hmm. I tried to see if he was somebody famous, but I couldn't recognize his voice, so I don't know. I think he was just a generic 30s voice.
Yeah, but...
Hey, toots! There's a lot of that.
Right.
It's a lot of I'm horny, but I have no penis.
It's gross.
Because I've been cursed to be in this dummy.
But yeah, there's like 8 demons he has to kill, and there's only one left now. 7 demons, so he's already killed 6 of them.
Yeah, nice, good job.
He's been working on it for a long time.
Yeah, he's a demon hunter.
But like, we don't know this. Most of the episode, we think he's the one killing people.
Right? Yeah, they certainly present it that way
because he's a creepy little dummy.
And Morgan's all like, "Oh, but I don't want to do it," and he's like, "Just one more." Oh,
what?
He does say this is the last one. So it's like Morgan has been helping him for a while kill these demons.
Maybe.
Then.
Maybe, or maybe he's just telling him this is the last one I have to do.
Maybe, but it does seem like Morgan's like, I don't want to do it, and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Morgan's a fucking asshole then. If you think about it, like, because he was refusing to help this dude kill a demon.
Well, he's not refusing to help. He was just saying he doesn't want to. And the kid's we find out he has cancer.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe he doesn't feel up to it.
Yeah, he's got nothing else going on.
Whatever.
Not going to be around for long. You know how cancer gets.
But yeah, so like a girl gets killed. And of course,
Emily.
It's just like...
Show some fucking respect, okay? Emily gets killed.
Okay. Yeah, and Cordelia calls her Emma and says she was her best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cordelia is such a bitch.
Cordelia's make everything about me kind of person.
Yes. But yeah, so they have another dead student, and her heart's been removed.
Right.
So they're like now researching demons that, remove organs or whatever.
I lost my heart near the hellmouth.
But there was a knife, so they're like, oh, it must be a person, because a demon would just use its claws.
Right.
It's kind of weird.
Why didn't it? Because it is a demon.
Because it's in a human form, though.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
So.
Doesn't get all clawy till the end.
Yeah. So they're trying to figure out, who on the crew of the
Enterprise.
Shut up.
Who on the crew
Of the talent show, or in the cast or whatever,
right,
is the demon.
I think crew is the right word. Crew of the talent show.
I mean, that's once they find out that it's not the dummy.
Well, yeah. They think it's the dummy. The whole time, I'm like, she has this conversation with Morgan where he's talking about how the dummy's real, essentially. I mean, he talks about the dummy in the third as a separate entity, and like, oh, I wasn't talking, it was him, and all this stuff and everything. I'm not angry. He's the one that's angry, and all that stuff. And then Buffy walks away with that, just being like, Morgan's weird. It's like, you know what's going on, right? You've seen episodes of TV shows where dummies become real.
Yeah, you were getting so angry.
By the way, yeah, I was.
He's like yelling at the TV.
By the way, there's an episode of Friday the 13th, the series, which I referenced last week, which has an episode where there's a dummy that's a murderer. A possessed dummy.
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely a trope.
It's a classic.
But this dummy is not a murderer.
No, it's a demon hunter. It's a nice guy.
Yeah, who's been cursed to be in this body.
He thinks that Buffy is a vampire, or is a demon.
Yeah.
Because she's super strong and everything.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like, Morgan at one point has the dummy on his desk in the middle of class.
Why they let him have a dummy just out in the middle of class, I don't know. They're fucking talking about the Monroe Doctrine, and this dummy's got its head craning every which way.
It's so weird. It's flipped around like he's like possessed and about to spit out soup, and he's staring at Buffy.
Right.
And like, I would
out.
lose my mind. I would lose my fucking mind if that dummy's head turned around and stared at me like that.
Would you?
Ugh. Don't you think he's creepy?
Yeah. Dummies are creepy.
Like, I don't know why.
They reference that.
I don't know.
It gives Buffy the wig.
Right. I don't know why people like choose to do that. Like, hey.
To make dummies?
To be ventriloquists.
I don't know. Ask Edgar Bergen.
No.
He's dead.
Which is why I will not ask him.
Ask Candace Bergen. Actually, I'm not sure if he's dead or not.
Oh my gosh.
I think he is, though.
So, okay, so we figured out that it's actually like somebody else, not the dummy. And
well, yeah, because the dummy tries to kill Buffy.
Right.
And Buffy's like, I'm going to fuck you up. And she knocks the dummy out. And like, she gets him pinned against the wall. And she's like, yeah, you'll never be human now or whatever. And he's like, yeah, you'll never be human. And they're like, what? And then apparently off screen they have a conversation. They use their words to figure things out.
Right.
And we come back from commercial. He's like, yeah, so I kill demons. I should have teamed up with you from the beginning. Oh, you're a slayer? And I knew a Korean slayer.
Yeah.
Very hot.
That was so gross.
Yeah, this is very not good.
At one point, he's like, if you want to hold me and comfort me.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Caress my wood.
Ugh. But, okay, so he's filling in, like, all the information that they thought, but they weren't sure. So he's saying, yes, this is a demon. Yes, it needs a brain and a heart.
Right.
And it will...
That's it, just a brain and a heart, too, by the way, which is weird.
And then every 7 years, it needs a new brain and a new heart, and it can keep its human body.
So has it been inside that kid for 7 years?
I guess. I wonder
Does he
if...
just go from school to school?
Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder if he ages or not.
It's Mark with a C, which means...
You don't know that.
Which means he's fucking trash anyway. Because he spells his name with a C.
How do you know he spells his name with a C?
Because the credits...
Okay.
The credits spelled it with a C. They did. The credits spelled it with a C.
Okay. You actually paid attention to that?
Yes, I did.
Sure.
Anytime there's somebody named Mark in a show, I pay attention to it if they spell with a K or a C. A K like it's supposed to be spelled, or a C like a fucking demon would spell it.
Okay.
By the way, my name is spelled with a K. In case anybody didn't get that.
So, the demon now has killed Morgan.
Morgan Stanley.
Now has his heart and his brain.
No, just his brain. Took Emily's heart.
No, he has a heart and a brain, though, is what I'm saying. Like, what he needs.
And a brain, yeah.
So they think
Except he fucking dumps that brain.
Well, they think he's done, but he's not. Yeah, they find this brain that it flops on the ground and it like makes this gross sound.
You know,
it's not in any way realistic.
Do you know what like gummy worms look like?
Uh-huh.
It looks like it's made out of the same material.
And it sounds like it when it hits the floor.
Like it's a gummy brain.
Right.
Like you could bite into it and it would be grape flavored or something. You could go, brains. Like you're in fucking Return of the Living Dead.
But yeah, so it basically like rejected the brain, and then they find out.
Where does it put the brain? And the heart?
I don't know. I thought maybe
it's got
eats
a body.
it.
Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it eats them. But this is the most weird way to figure this out, and it's such bullshit. They look at Morgan's permanent record or whatever and see that his emergency contact is a neurosurgeon in a cancer ward.
Why would that be his emergency contact?
Yeah, first of all, why? And
in case of an emergency, a brain cancer emergency?
Yeah, nobody...
Like, what the fuck?
Nobody lists their doctor as their emergency contact.
Brain cancer is a very serious thing, but it's not an emergency situation.
Right.
And if he had some kind of emergency related to his brain cancer, calling his neurosurgeon is not going to do anything. Can you rush down to the school with your fucking surgical suite, please?
Right. Ridiculous. But that's how we got our exposition of what's wrong with him.
Yeah. And because he's missed so many days.
Yeah. So apparently the brain's all cancer riddled, and so that didn't want it, so it's still looking for a brain.
Fuck this brain.
So now they're like, oh no, Willow's smart. It's going to go for Willow. But then they realize that Mr. Giles
is also smart.
And alone.
God damn it.
He's alone with all these people, and one of them could be the demon.
I'll tell you what, if he knew you were calling him Mr. Giles, he would just say, fucking drop the thing on me.
Whatever.
He puts him in this contraption. So Mark.
With the C,
yeah. His talent is he's a magician. Another lame fucking thing.
Yeah, ridiculous.
And so he gets him strapped to this guillotine that's going to cut his scalp open and drop his brains out so he can take his brains. And Giles doesn't realize that it's a trap.
How stupid are you? Like, why would you ever...
Who, me?
I know what I'm
Not
saying.
stupid enough to call him Mr. Giles.
But I'm saying, like, wouldn't you, like, not allow somebody to lock you into a guillotine no matter what they say?
I don't think so. I don't think that would happen.
Doesn't seem like a smart idea. So
he gets him in there, and for some reason, or for no reason, actually, the mechanism to drop the blade is to take what the fuck's it called?
An axe.
A hand axe. To hatchet. That's the word I was looking
there
for.
You go.
To take a hatchet and repeatedly hit the thick, heavy rope that's holding the blade.
Yeah.
What? Why isn't it just tied? Why can't you just... what the fuck?
I don't. I mean, like, lucky for Giles and us, because that would have been really traumatizing to see.
So it takes several whacks.
Yeah, and so, like, at the last minute, Buffy saves him.
And Xander, too.
Yeah.
Xander actually saves him.
Buffy gets the demon...
away from him.
Yeah, and then Xander grabs the rope just as it breaks and the thing's about to drop on his head.
Yeah, and then Willow gets him out.
I'm sure he soiled himself.
Yeah, I'm sure
I mean, wouldn't you? It's insane.
Do you think his Mr. Giles was erect?
Ew. Ew. Like, why would you even... why would you even think about that?
Because sometimes fear does that, right?
I don't know. I don't have one of those. I'm not sure how they work.
It does.
Gross.
Sometimes fear does that.
Okay. I think sometimes a cool breeze does that, right? Like,
it depends on what your age is, I guess.
Ugh. Okay, so they save Giles.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have to fight, but Buffy has to fight the Mark demon.
Yeah.
And they use the guillotine and kill him.
Yep. And then the fucking little dummy who disappeared for some reason, and it was never explained where he went. He just left.
He was doing his own thing.
And then he came back and he was having an adventure.
Right?
He found a Betsy Wetsy doll and
come on.
had a little time with her.
Gross. Yeah,
I'll make you wet in a different way.
God damn it. Would you stop? I don't want to think about that. You're ruining precious childhood memories for people right now, okay?
So then he comes in and stabs it in the heart.
Because he has to stab it in the heart for it to be officially over. And then
for the curse to be broken.
And when the curse is broken, he'll just die because his body is already gone.
Yeah. His soul is released from the doll.
So it's been long enough that his body is totally gone.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. He was talking about fucking being alive in the 30s.
Right.
He was listening to Edgar Bergen on the radio.
So
thinking to himself, wow, that dummy is real good.
So then Buffy picks him up, his little dead dummy body, and cradles him in her arms. And I was expecting him to pop back up to life and be like, hey, baby.
All right.
But he doesn't. He's really gone.
Instead, the curtain opens.
Yes.
And everyone at the talent show is, staring at them. Where were the other talent show participants?
I don't know. That's a very good question.
If this was as the talent show was supposed to be going on, why was Mark preparing a trick?
Well, I think...
where was anyone else?
I think it was just about to begin, and then...
Cordelia should be ready to go on with her fucking breaking voice.
Oh my god, yeah, that was bad. What? Isn't the point...
greatest love.
Isn't the point of having a teacher in charge of that shit to make sure something like that does not make it on stage?
I would assume so.
Ugh. It was terrible.
I thought you were supposed to have to audition for the talent show.
Maybe...
And only people with actual talent get to go.
Well, apparently not. Apparently everybody got to go.
It's a free-for-all.
But yeah, everybody's just staring at them. And then the principal's like, what is this? Is it avant-garde? Because there's a dead demon in a guillotine with blood everywhere.
And now they have to explain what happened to Mark, by the way, too.
Right. At least it doesn't look like Mark anymore.
No, because they would definitely be suspected of that murder.
So he's just disappeared.
Yeah.
And that's got to be a fake body then, because it's a demon.
Yeah. By the way, I picked up your niece from school the other day.
Okay.
And I had a very funny joke I want to share with all of you. I think this is very funny for an off-the-cuff one-liner, but you tell me what you think.
Okay.
So I said to her, I was like, oh, there's a lot of cars today at the school. She's like, yeah, there were only 2 kids missing in my class today. And I go, oh, any suspects? That's funny, right?
Yeah.
Just off the top of my head.
That was cute.
She did laugh, but I don't think she gave me the props that it deserved.
Did I?
Yes. Well, no, not really. You just gave me a pity chuckle. But, yeah, you're going to have to talk to her parents about making her have a better sense of humor.
I'm all over it.
Gotta learn to be funny.
I don't know. They must not have shared the funny family gene.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The one you got?
Right.
So that's it. That's the episode. That's what happened.
It is.
That's what happened in the episode.
That was the whole thing.
My favorite episode so far.
Really?
No.
I didn't think so.
It was good. I liked the other one. The one that was, the good one. Make me an anointed one.
You miss Skeletor, don't you?
I do. But, no, actually, I really did like this episode, though.
It was entertaining.
Because of the principle. And I think they're getting better at understanding what their roles are.
Okay.
Like Buffy, Sarah Michelle Gellar, she's always been good since day one.
Right.
And this principal's really good. The rest of them, the Allison Hannigan and the Giles and Xander, they're getting good. Yeah.
Well, I think that the show will continue to be good. I just wish there were more vampires. We'll see what happens.
I wish the episodes would get a little bit better. And sometimes they're kind of hokey.
Yeah.
Like at one point, somebody goes, "This is a line." Emily is a dancer. She gets killed, a ballet dancer, and they're talking to the tuba player. Someone's playing the tuba for a talent show, whatever, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't really know her that well." You know that whole rivalry between dance and band. It's like, yeah, runs deep.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think the whole thing's ridiculous.
But
yeah, that's the episode.
So
That's it. That's all we've got today.
You can write us at latefee1994@AOL.com.
Do that. That would be appreciated.
Or check out our website at www.retrolatefee.com.
Yeah, you can do that too.
And share the tape with your friends.
All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.